Welcome back everyone, this is DragonInWhite here and we are back with another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. So let us get along with it. So the aim today is to become the next class, and I cannot remember the name, but hey, you guys probably will know because that is likely going to be the title of this episode. So let's initiate that quest. Paladin, that is what it is, Paladin. Spirits within. Ooh. Oh, there you are, Dragon. Perfect timing. I just heard a juicy bit of gossip, and I know you're going to be interested in. Apparently, and remember, you heard this first from me, the Sultan Swan elites are sharing the secret skills and training of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultan Swan have an exclusive monopoly on the instruction of paladin skills. Once upon a time, if you weren't one of those officer track elites, then you had no chance to learn the arts. And competition to get to the top was very fierce indeed, let me tell you. But anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Udan Sultanate, which meant no more adventuring, no more daring do, and no more Colosseum, just languishing about in the palace all day, polishing plate mail. That's why this news is so big. Now anyone with a bit of commitment can learn the skills of a paladin. No more memorizing the 55 commandments of the Swan or any other nonsense either. This is a a platinum opportunity that comes but once in a lucky adventurous lifetime. Let this slip through your fingers and regret will be your just desserts. You just need to go to the Royal Promenade in the Hastings Strips and find the captain of the Sultan Swan Elite. Jens Lin is his name, and tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin. Okay, sure, Hastings Strips. Hastings Strips, where is that? Chamber of Rule. Chamber of Rule, where is it? There. Why hello Tuna Emperor, it's been a while since I last saw you. How have you been? Yep, okay. I went the wrong way round. Okay, silly me. Yes, I am Jen Lin, member of the Sultan Swan Elite and servant to the Udan Sultanate. Unless my instinct deceived me, you have come to inquire about training as a paladin. If so, I would have your name, good sir. Dragon, a fine name, I bid you welcome and salute your noble resolve. But if you aspire to paladinhood, you should understand what it means. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin shall be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of the realm. Sellswords and gladiators and others of the ilk wield their blade for themselves, but a paladin serves the greater good. Do you understand me? The better arts that the paladin learns have been held secret, nurtured and perfected within the ranks of the Sultan Swan Elite for nigh on this 600 years. Of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, the soldiers, the mounted guards and the knights, we are the elite of the elites. Our convictions unwavering, our hearts true, our sword skills without peer. But the glory of the Sultan Swan, well, much of it is buried in the past now. Our brotherhood grows smaller by the year. We are a shadow of what we once were, and the Sultana turns to sellsword to defend her palace. All this because of one traitor. No, because of a blot of dishonor left by one who shall not be named. And because of him, we have been forced to seek the help of able-bodied adventurer. And here you are. We shall instruct you in the paladin military arts. You will not be inducted into Sultan Swan, but serve as a free paladin. However, first you will show us that both your sword and heart have metal, and you are worthy of the honor. In the ruins to the south of Little Alamigo, you will find an iron brazier. Light it and the undead nearby will be drawn to the flames. Slay these monsters and give their hearts to the fire. Return and present me their ashes as proof of your deed. Now, would-be Paladin, show me the metal in your heart and steel in your blade. Let's see, Tuna Emperor says, this Emperor is well. Tuna swam into the last stream for a bit. How is EOF? It's EIF, wrong alphabet, but pretty sure that's just a typo. Tuna needs to start reading that one, but hates reading for daily chapters. Well, it's a little more than daily chapters. I mean, as you know, you've been following IMDC. It's actually more 2 chapters on weekdays, but I do get what you mean. It's kind of tough to wait. Let's see. This Emperor is also saddened. Is a bit saddened at how IMDC ended. Yes, true. IMDC's ending did leave a bit to be desired. Still, to be fair, not the worst ending I have seen. But yeah, for a while it just wasn't the same to this Emperor. Most saddest of times. Yeah, I get it. It's like seeing something that you've been following for quite a while, and it's definitely quite an sad thing. And it's hard to find something to replace it, especially when especially when the translator or the author is starting a new piece of work which you are not entirely familiar with and is still at its starting phases, so it's a little harder to get into it. EIF is going on, I believe we released almost 200 chapters already. Yeah. Yeah, Tuna just means Tuna read IMDC for 3 years of daily chapter readings after catching up. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely tough now. Where am I supposed to go in this? I think I got distracted somewhere. Oh, there. Actually, was at the right place. But yeah, EIF is actually getting along pretty well. I'll say I'm done translating about 20% of it. Because EIF is a slightly shorter novel with I think only about 1,300 chapters in total. So till date release I am close to 200, not exactly 200 yet, but close to there. And translation wise I believe I have reached almost 300 in total. Yeah. If all goes well, EIF should complete within 2.5 years or so. 3 at the latest. Nah, 2.5. Dang! Now I think about it, I've been doing IMDC for quite a long time. Oh yeah, you're welcome for for the novel. And yeah, and to be fair, I do earn a bit of an income of it, so there is some sort of fair compensation after all. But of course, ultimately, it's something I do out of interest as well, and I think it's great that I'm able to do this, to draw an income from as something I both enjoy, like I say. Yep. Let's see, if you're in this place searching for the undead, then you must be a practitioner seeking the secrets of the Paladin art. But make no mistake, simply learning Paladin swordplay does not make you a Paladin, nor does the armor you wear or the status you claim. I am just another aging free Paladin, but you would do well to heed my counsel. Strike off the shackles that bind your spirit, lift the visor that blinds, and find the true path of the Paladin. Here, you'll be returning to the captain, yes? Then give him this crystal. That guy looks somewhat creepy. The way you use that sword reminds me of a man I used to know. My eyes may be old, but they can see the truth well enough. Be a paladin, strong and true, devote yourself to the way and become a beacon of light. Okay, good. And that is done. Return back to Janlin's. Chamber of Rule. Face the undead monsters who infest the ruined south of Little Alamigo in southern Thailand. Defeat them and return with proof of your deed. Here is proof. Yes, that's what I needed. Proof that you have defeated the undead. You have shown that your heart is true and your sword has metal. I have no doubt you'll prove to be an attentive student. That is well, for there is much to learn. First and foremost is this. You are a paladin now, a custodian of traditions ancient and noble. A free paladin has no master. Instead, he travels all land and in every place takes up the cause of the unarmed and defenseless. You swear fealty not to a lord but to yourself. You are nobility amongst adventurers. You have taken your first steps on a new path and you have earned the rights to bear this, the soul of the paladin. Upon its surface are cast the deeds of the paladins of eras past. He who bears it commands the respect of all knights of honor. Bahamut's Fang, you already possess a crystal? And you said it was given to you by an unknown free paladin who told you to hand it to me? Okay. Tuna also found that a lot of things in IMDC were one-use items. For example, the 3-life mirror was barely used. The item spirit went to sleep after being used in the Kunlun. Yes, although that was due to him using the item, the mirror in the wrong way. I suppose the 3-life mirror was something that is really overpowered and the author had to find a way to, you know, be used in the story and yet take it out once he's done with it. After the sword broke, the saber you mean, Aotiao and the Golden Crow wasn't really involved, and it's said that the Golden Crow didn't acknowledge him really in the... I think the interesting thing is I never felt that the Golden Crow ever acknowledged Xiao Chen in there. It's always been sticking closely to Aotiao. The dragon ring was more of during the climb, the steps to become an emperor, I think. Yeah. Well, at least it's better than him using overpowered items all the way to bash his way through. Now, back to this. Where is this crystal of which you speak? I demand you show it to me at once. Sure. Curse him, he had made a mockery of the trowel. The crystal you bear is indeed the soul of the paladin, but it is disgraced, impure. It was stolen from the Sultan's Swan. The man who gave you this soul is the very traitor whom I have been seeking these many moons. He is an oath-breaker who bent the knee to the Udan Sultanate and who swore allegiance to the Sultan's Swan, but then single-handedly sullied our name and trampled it underfoot until it was lost, perhaps forever. How dare he give counsel on honor on the paladin's way? This soul is polluted, and I must dispose of it. When you come to wield your sword as a paladin, the only soul you may wear is that which is bestowed by a captain of the Sultan's Swan. That traitor is no Sultan's Swan, much less a captain. By giving you a soul, he has insulted not only the Brotherhood but you too. Perhaps an adventurer like yourself finds our rules nothing more than a nuisance, but through reigns long and short, our forebears in the Sultan's Swan has preserved its rituals and traditions, and we are duty bound to uphold them, even if men and women within our ranks scorn them as relics. It has been my fate to be named captain of the Sultan's Swan in these troubled times. Though I did not ask for this honor, I have bent my knee to the Sultana and swore fealty. I will fight to restore the honor and name. You wield a skilled blade, and more importantly, you have met the traitor face to face. Your great task as a paladin will be to help me bring him to justice. You must ready yourself, marshal your resources, and hone your skills until the time comes when you are able to discharge your duty. The journey will be long, but you are a paladin now, and honor binds you as surely as an oath. Okay. Good, one soul, souls within. And let's see, awesome puppets not used, the rings, yeah, but there is definitely a lot of things. No, it's alright, you just go to chat, it's fine. There are quite a lot of things I do agree that wasn't really explained properly. And to be fair, this was the author's first piece of work, and I do feel that he has shown quite a bit of inexperience. I do agree with that, yes. Where is my armory chest? I mean, the whole idea of it being live is so that you guys can chat with me while I'm doing this. So yeah, it's all good. That's fine. Recent inventory. Hey. Gotta sell a bunch of this stuff. Return. Okay. That way I know which to sell. These are the ones that I need to sell. I screwed up. I'm supposed to get this here. Okay, and now I gotta rearrange all these again. Let's see, total eclipse, this is all nearby, fast blade. Fight or flight goes somewhere else. Right blade goes here. Okay, yep. Fight or flight. Yeah, well, a loach, well, I do find that the final fight a bit underwhelming. Not sure if you do find that as well. Low pro. Well, for the full gods and true god thing, it was mostly that they their 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 lifespan was tied to the epoch, or however you pronounce that. I think maybe the author just started running out of ideas and wanted to move on. I have no idea how to arrange this one. You know what? Shoe lodge there. Okay, and this is here. No, it's not just true gods. It's both true gods and faux gods. So the tree's destruction just meant that there's no more energy for them to become the true gods. I think this bit was a bit explained slightly in the one of the six post logs. Yeah, it's kind of sad. That really got me when yeah. Shoe lock. Shoe dash provoke. Logo shoe dash. Yeah, there we go. Mount guide. Oh no, the Divine Master is not the Tianwu Emperor. It's not the first Tianwu Emperor. It was one of the Divine Master's clan from that dynasty. I can't remember which dynasty was it again, but the Chu's dynasty. So the first Tianwu Emperor probably has already died or something. Ooh, interesting. You have earned the right to call yourself a paladin, but how do others treat you? Do they recognize you for what you are? Remember that fancy swordplay and well-polished armor do not make you a paladin. You must be just in your heart and strive to always be an exemplar of true virtue. Once not so long ago, the Sultan Swan could walk the streets with their heads held high. When they marched by, the small folks would look upon them with reverence and gratitude. No one was more respected than the captain, my predecessor. When I first saw him, I was still a child. My father had promised to take me to a local festival, but somewhere he took a wrong turn. We became lost and stumbled into a secluded back alley. Luck was not with us, because the next moment we have found ourselves in the middle of a riot. Drunken hunters were firing arrows into the crowd. We were caught between them. There was no way out. It was only a matter of time before we would be struck. That's when the captain saved us from our plight. I never seen a sword move so swiftly. It flashed faster than my eyes could follow, and in seconds the hunters were on the ground fleeing for their life. The captain was gone down the street, slicing at their heels, and before my father had time to thank him, even today I can see the captain as he was then, blood on his sword, armor impossibly bright in the sun. After that, all I ever wanted to be was a paladin. I would practice endlessly with my sword, dreaming of bandits defeated and monsters slain. Even after I became one of the Sultan's Sworn, the memory of the captain still inspired me. I was always the first to arrive in the training yard and the last to leave. And so the years passed, and before I knew it, I found myself named Captain of the Sultan's Sworn. Yet the triumph was hollow, because by then, the honor of the Sultan's Sworn elite, the very thing that had drawn me to the Brotherhood, was a mere vestige, like the discarded banner of a defeated foe. There were many reasons for the fall, but the loss of Oathkeeper, yes, that was the mortal blow. The sword Oathkeeper was bestowed upon the first captain of the Sultan's Sworn by the then Sultan of Udar. In time it became our standard, the symbols of the oath we had sworn, and it was treasured by each new captain for generations. Possession was proof of Sultan Swan command. But then the unthinkable came to pass. Oathkeeper was stolen by the traitor. It shook our brotherhood to the core. How can we be trusted to protect the Sultana if we cannot even hold on to the symbol of our fealty? We have been tarnished in the eyes of ruler and root alike. If the Sultan Swan were to survive, we must find the traitor and recover Oathkeeper. But the Sultan Swan has grown too weak, and we cannot do it ourselves. We've been forced to recruit outsiders to help us in our cause. I have high hopes for you, my friend. It is a great thing that we ask, and you must learn more of our secrets if you are to succeed. In outer La Nostia, near the Hermit's Hovel, is a grove where ringtails congregate. Pitting yourself against a host of the beasts will be a fine way to hone the skills that I will teach you. In the grove, you will find another brazier, this time filled with a potent incense that will drive the creatures into a frenzy. Defeat your attackers and return to me. Oh yeah, this FF game is pretty good. It's I mean all FF games so far have always been good, even FF1 in the whole 8-bit graphics, but yeah. The only thing with this particular FF game is it's pricey. Cause you have to buy the base game and there is a monthly subscription. But I must say that the content is very content rich compared to all the other FF games. Like so far I have already a few hundred hours on this. Yeah. Wrong way. But it's a pretty good one, I would say. Oh, darn it, I messed up. Okay, there, now in the right place. Let's see, one thing that confused me about the Divine Master being the Approach Master from the Immortal Approach. Who was he as an Immortal? Was he the Immortal King? Why was Skydome not the Approach Master? I would say that the Immortal... Yeah, I do enjoy this game. The Approach Master of the Immortal Approach is probably the Immortal King. That's my guess. And it was explained that Skydome had to give up on his dream of becoming the Approach Master. That's why he had that incomplete Approach heart. But that was one of his greatest regrets, having to give up on it. There is a chance that the Divine Master is not an Immortal. Just a chance. But most likely he should be, but because we know in between the Immortal Approach and the Martial Approach, there was a gap in between. He could have been someone that have risen up during that gap. Because for one thing, for him to compete to become the Approach Master, he would have to make use of the time when the Immortal Approach Dao has broken, which means Immortals couldn't really fight to become Immortals. I'm a little confused here. It's a little too dark for me to see. What? It is. It's actually on Wuxia World. There's another novel out there. It's I can't remember what's the name though. So if you're interested in novels, and since you're on the YouTube, do keep your eye out for episode 55 coming somewhere next week. So I do a weekly stream with some of my editorial team, and the most recent one, which is going to be episode 55, a long episode, 2 hours long. It's more or less a podcast of us talking about Chinese culture and regarding like Chinese families structure, as well as some of the Chinese religion, where we talked a bit about Buddhism as well. Yes, that dude. I can't remember. I can't pronounce his name either. No one can. Oh, I died. Done it. Done it. I forgot to put in potions onto my hotbar. More of the Kunlun sovereigns come out of Kunlun when the Dark Church's plans were destroyed. Yeah, but I think no one knew when exactly when the plan got destroyed, so no one dared to do it, I think. Except for Morton, who, you know, as we all know, has a thing for the main character. Oh yes, I agreed. But I would say it was already a stretch for Jing Da Bao to have went to Kunlun from the Skydome realm. So I think that bit was not too bad. It would have been nice to see more often in Kunlun, but most of the characters had their arc and left alone only appearing every now and then. I do agree with that. If anything, most of the characters seem to be there just for convenience. Oh, of course, and I would say of everyone out there, I'm probably the one, or at least as far as the English readers go, probably the one that delved into the novel the most, since I had to understand the novel thoroughly before being able to put it into English, of course. Okay, I think I need to stay away from that and... Thank you! I definitely did my best. Of course, there may be certain bits that still is not perfect, but I definitely did what I could, and also the editor helped a lot in helping to perfect the novel. Oh yeah, that bit. That one was a little strange in my opinion. Yep. That was close. Very, very close. Let's see, Tuna was talking about the Pirate Alliance in IMDC. Oh yes, that one. Wait, let me try to recall that one. I do vaguely recall that. pirate. That was... Oh, okay, done it. Okay, game crash. DirectX. Well, at least it's not a system crash, so I think I figured out the reason why. It's a sudden spike in temperature. Okay, just hang on. Gotta get the game back up. Too bad it couldn't have held on for another 10 minutes or so. Because I was actually looking to end the stream, maybe? I'm not sure, maybe I might just do one more episode since I'm feeling alright now and I do want to get another class in. Okay. Oh yes, that one. I remember now. Yeah. Well, if you think about it, this means now that person had the favor that he basically the approach master owes him a favor. Yep. Well done, you have taken the skills I have taught you and made them your own. I still do not have word of where the traitor is hiding, but I'll inform you the moment I do. Until then, continue your training. It was the Azure Emperor that he made the promise to. Okay. Block incoming attacks, Sheltron. Oh, okay. That works. I think I'm gonna change the layout a little. Maybe put this here. Let's see, Tuna wanted to see what happened to the Azure Emperor and understand what happened. Unfortunately, we will never know unless the author decides to write an epilogue for it. Okay, and for those of you on the stream, do hang on. I think I shall do another episode. But for those of you who are watching this on YouTube's on demand, just gonna do my usual shameless plug. You know, check out the links in the description below. As you know, chatting with Tuna Emperor, we were talking about IMDC that is completed and free to read at Hosted Novel. So do check that one out. And I am currently working on EIF, Everlasting Immortal Firmament. It's a work in progress, as mentioned, about 200 chapters translated and released to public. So it is also free to read. Of course, you get advanced chapters in Patreon, which is down below. If you'd like to support me, whether for YouTube or the translations, you can do so at my Patreon there. Merch store down there as well. You know, if you'd like to get DragonInWhite t-shirts and things like that. Book depository affiliate link. And as always, you know, like, subscribe, and ding the bell. With that, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, guys!